back to Legendary Sniff. I'm Anthony.
I'm Jack. Welcome back.
And we're here. We're right where we left off.
Wow. That's fucking crazy.
Oh. The green magic can't hurt me.
You're playing pinball there, too.
Ah! Wait, did I kill it?
I...
Didn't know I could do that.
Maybe? Did you have a Kuu before that, or...?
And that's the end.
And we're done with the episode.
So, something that you might be able to relate to, probably can't, is being a homeowner.
Oh, yeah.
No, so, being a homeowner, there's, like, a lot of, like, things you have to do, and they cost money, and some of them you want to try and do yourself to save money. So,
Like what?
so my sink was clogged in the past. We had a plumber come over that's, like, like my dad's, like, childhood friend. So he came over, fucking fixed, like, a shit ton of pipes. They were all, like, angled wrong, so shit was getting, like, clogged and stuck. And, like, he fixed it all and was like, just make sure, like, you don't do this, and it shouldn't get clogged again. Less than a month later, gets clogged again. And so I'm like, fuck. All right, like, maybe, like, it's probably not, like, as bad as it was before. Maybe I just need, like, Draino and stuff. So, like, so I go downstairs. There's all these, like, caps that you can open for, like, cleaning the pipes, like, all the way down. There's like 2 downstairs, 1 upstairs. So, like, I clean all those out. I take the snake, plumbing snake, so you can, like, it's like a long metal, like, tube thing, and it's got a lot of distance on it. So I'm putting it through the pipes. I'm like, maybe that worked. I go to the sink, and the sink's, like, flowing again. Also, I'd empty all the water out of the pipes, like, into a bucket, like, manually.
Which sink is this? Like,
The kitchen sink.
Yeah.
So then
that water wouldn't actually turn on? Or
no,
just,
the,
like,
the water would turn up, but the sink was, like, filling up.
Okay.
So then I go back upstairs, and it's, like, flowing fine. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then, like, 5 minutes later, my girlfriend's like, the sink's clogged. And I'm like, wow, okay. So I end up, like, figuring out that, like, the clog's probably way down in the pipes. That's why like, we were able to run the water for a little while, because the water was going down. It was just filling up on the pipe, so it was taking longer for it to come all the way up. And so I'm like, all right, like, tomorrow when I get out of work, I'll go to, like, Target or whatever in Walmart and get, like, Draino. Maybe the Draino will help.
We're talking here.
Yeah. Maybe the Draino will help. And so, like, I'm looking at all these different kinds of Drainos, and, like, I'm like, all right, which one's the best? I'll get a couple types just to, like, make sure that, like, I get the right one. And one of them says it works for still water, which was what was in the sink. It was just still water. And so I was like, I don't know how this is going to work, because the clog's definitely way down the drain. If I put this in the still water, no way this Draino is making it all the way down these water-filled pipes. So I pour, like, a fifth of the bottle into the...
It would fuse with the water, though, right?
I don't know.
Like, some part of the water would become Draino.
Yeah, probably. But, so I put, like, a fifth of the bottle into the sink, which is, like, what's recommended. And, it was like, wait, like, 15 minutes, and see if it's, like, fixed. So, okay. So I waited the 15 minutes, go and look at the sink. Still fucking as clogged as the day is yellow. So I'm like, all right, like, fuck this. Maybe I gotta, like, empty out the water again. So this time the sink is, like, totally filled with water. The first time I emptied it, I had emptied water, like, slowly, like, from cap to cap, so I wasn't, like, getting, like, water spurting out of pipes whenever.
Did you just hear my stomach?
I was gonna say, is your stomach okay? But so like, a lot of water wasn't coming out. But this time I was like, fuck it, like, I don't want to, like, wait or do. I just want to get this fixed. So I go to the last cap, and I'm like, and I sit there, and I'm like, all right, I'll slightly open the cap. I've got, like, a 10-gallon bucket. I was like, I'll slightly open the cap so the water drips out, and I can just, like, slowly drain the water. And so, like, that's happening. It's dripping out. The bucket's, like, filling a little bit. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to close this cap up and go upstairs. to see where the water is, like how much is actually drained. I go up, it's dropped maybe like a centimeter. Like it has not dropped at all, and I was like, okay, so this obviously like isn't gonna work. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go. I can open the cap, and I'll have the bucket right there, so when the water spurts out, it'll just go right into the bucket. Might I add you, this room where the caps are is our like little home gym area, and it has mats down all in it, like black foam mats. So
like
I go.
your typical gym would have.
Yeah. So I go and I just like I have a vice grip like pliers to open up the cap, and so I just start fucking turning it, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, like turn it. I start getting fucking hit with water, and I'm like, it is not like, where am I supposed to go?
Break that thing. And then,
Oh.
yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, like turn it. There was so much water pressure behind this water because there was so much water like from the sink and everything behind it that it shot out, and it just shot in my, it didn't go into the bucket. It shot into my face, into my mouth. So I had Draino in my eye, in my mouth. My eye was burning. I was like, I'm going to go blind. Like, it tasted like bleach. I was like, this is probably not good. Fucking the floor is now soaked, and like I have to lift up like all these mats to get the water out from underneath them, and it was my eye was burning.
To fix the drain.
I went and flushed my eye out, and I'm trying to figure out. All right, I gotta go. I went. Oh my god! So I went and flushed my eye out, spit out whatever Draino was in my mouth, cleaned up the floor.
Wait, you held it there?
What?
The Draino? In your mouth?
No. I meant like just like spit.
Yeah.
And yeah, fucking cleaned up the floor like I said 5 times, and oh my god. Okay. And then, so yeah, I cleaned everything up.
Is it fixed now?
I will tell you in a momento.
Okay.
And then so I was like, okay. I snaked it too, just to make sure there was no like gunk or anything. And then I went and poured the Draino down the drain. And at this point, there's no water in it, so I can't tell if like the water will go down. And I sit there and I fucking let the drain run for like 5. Right.
Okay.
And let the drain run for like 5 minutes. And finally, like, nothing was, like, coming up again. So I was like, all right, it's fucking fixed.
So as of this moment, it's fine.
It is fine. But, like, I think I'm going to have to put Draino down there every once in a while. Just to make sure that it doesn't keep getting clogged with whatever it's getting clogged with.
So, you were right? I can't relate to home ownership, you know. Not living in my own home yet. But tricky drain situations, now that I can fucking relate to. You know, I live like in like a basement apartment, right? That has like a
Yeah, you asking me?
yeah.
I know where you live.
Yeah, well, sink, right? Like just over time, I noticed that it's taking longer and longer for the water to like leave the basin, as it's like, you know, just regular sink usage,
Yeah.
like running the water. And I'm like remembering back to like drunken nights in my basement where like I had like a bowl of salsa, and I was like, I'm done with this, and like dumped it into my bathroom sink, which
So fucking stupid.
doesn't have a fucking garbage disposal or anything. Eventually this thing won't fucking drain at all. Like, no drainage. And I took a toilet plunger and put it in the sink. I was like, pop, pop, pop.
I tried that too.
Didn't do shit for me.
What? Oh, it would make those disappear. Okay.
Didn't do shit. So, and it's like the like plug thing in the bottom of the sink can't get the thing out. It's like gunked into position or whatever. what I ended up doing is they have these like it's like a snake, but it's not like the metal snake thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a it's got like
Are you serious?
prongs going the wrong way, so you push it down, and then there's like hair or something that like grabs it and pulls it out. I take one of those things, put it down, pull it out. The worst fucking smell I've ever smelled in my life comes up out of this fucking thing. But like the second I pulled that thing out like a ripcord, works completely fine since then. So you know like an actual plumber though?
Yeah.
So did the previous owner of this house mention to you that there was drainage problems?
No.
Or it's just like, oh, this is just something we have to deal with.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of what home ownership is. It's just like, oh, I guess this is a problem that we now have to deal with.
yeah. That's fucking weird.
What?
Like,
If you ever buy a house, you'll realize, like, it's just like you finally fix you finally fix one problem, and then and then another one fucking like pops up. Like, it's just never ending. Like, I mean, like, right now, knock on particle board, there's no problems like too big or anything like that.
we had a tree fall and hit our house during a recent storm or whatever, and like it punched a hole in the roof of the house where I'm sitting there working in the basement of this house, and all of a sudden I notice that there's just water coming down from the ceiling in the basement when the hole is on the fucking roof of the house.
So we have a thing here. I can go and verse the boss and hopefully beat him, because this will be probably the last episode we're recording tonight, and maybe go a little longer. I don't know how long it'll take to beat him, because I want to end where we can be saved, or we can end it now, because I don't want to end in the middle of in the middle of like a level or a boss battle, because it won't, save and
Yeah.
at that point.
Makes sense. We'll fucking see you guys in the next one.